There is no perfect relationship. But there is a Danish proverb that says, a deaf husband and a blind wife are always a happy couple. However, God wants us to be complete, healthy individuals and loving individuals to go into a relationship. But He wants this love to remain forever. He wants this love to stay. But the question on divorce is not only Malta who is discussing divorce, as you have noticed. Even in the time of Jesus, there was divorce. There were problems in relationships. And there will always remain problems and difficulties in relationships. As long as human beings live on this earth, in families, in relationships, in communities, there will always be a struggle to make them successful. But having said that, we all need to work for a successful relationship in our communities, in our families, in our relationships, because that is exactly what God wants from us. And we can speak for a very long time on this subject. It hits us all from the core of our own living, because we all live in communities, we all live in relationships. But I have to pick one particular subject to speak about, because experience teaches us that things can go terribly wrong. People do make mistakes. Infidelities exist and might happen. Hurt appear on the agenda of many people. And spouses do become victims and oppressors very often. Endless silences between couples happen. Marriages do collapse, as we know. There are legions of incidents that prove that walking wounded marriages are a part of our life. But Christ is calling us today to take care of our relationships and not let them be broken. And when he was asked by his disciples what they should do, he said, well, you have to live with it. Divorce existed in his time, existed all the time. And we need to take care of our own relationships, never to come to a situation where you have to break it up. And so, as I said, although we need a long time to speak about this subject, I chose one particular attribute that keeps relationships together, and this is trust. Trust is a very important factor for all relationships, particularly in married relationships. When trust is broken, it is difficult then to start again a relationship, and it's hard to heal. Lack of trust leads to suspicion. Suspicion then generates anger. Anger then causes enmity, and enmity may result in separation. So trust is a very important attribute in any relationship. There was a story about a telephone operator who received a call, and the The operator on the other side answered, Public Utilities Board. There was a silence. Then she repeated, Public Utilities Board. Still no answer. Then she was going to cut off when the other voice, a woman on the other side, said, Oh, so this is Public Utilities Board. Because, sorry, I got the number from my husband's pocket and I did not know whose number it is. Imagine if that operator, instead of saying Public Utilities Board, she must have said in a very sexy and nice voice, Hello. This woman would have cut off and suspicion would have started in that relationship. This is a true story, and it goes on. We need to have trust in each other, people we love. We need to trust, because without trust, then suspicion goes in. And when suspicion goes in, then we start building up our anger and our hatred, and it's hard. It's very difficult then for a scrambled egg to make it whole again. It's impossible, so to say. So we need to work hard. And Jesus, he didn't say whether a divorce is right or wrong. He only said, Moses started it because of your hardened heart. Let's not have a hardened heart. Let our heart be mellow to each other. Let's love, truly live in our relationship. And so trust in each other's love, in each other's love is the most important factor in any relationship.